officer. How can I help you? You were talking about Vasily Lomachenko doing 45, and about 2 miles back, you forgot to take a quick stop at the Manny Pacquiao stop sign. So I'm going to have to write you a ticket, sir. All right, go ahead and do what you do. Thank you. You know, I wish you slow-mos would follow the rules more, so we wouldn't have to flag you guys down and, tell you guys how to properly operate on these YouTube roads. So next time, just stay sharp out there, Sonny, okay? I got you. You know, I want to talk to you guys for a minute. I want to talk about something that's forbidden on YouTube. It's forbidden because people refuse to talk about it, but we all experience it, but nobody wants to talk about it. And I say, in particular, black content creators. Yes, I'm talking to you guys, the black content creators. See, what people don't want to let you know what's going on YouTube, and what people is very meek and shy about saying is that, in particular, if you are a black content creator, you are not allowed to speak about other fighters the same as you do PBC, black, or urban fighters. Meaning the only fighters that you can criticize or call duckers are black fighters. The second you go to show that same energy across the board towards all fighters, you will encounter racism. They will call you names. I know the names they call you. They'll call you a undercover LDBC. They always call you that if you make a video about a non-black fighter. Let me see what else they'll say. Oh, they'll also call you a Flomo because, you know, to them, every black person fanboys for Floyd Mayweather. And that's actually what's going on YouTube that nobody really wants to say. And while I'm at it right quick, I would just like to speak to the black content creators in America. And I would just like to tell you, I know I'm harsh sometimes in the things that I say, but I want to tell you guys something from the bottom of my heart, and I mean it, and it's no BS. I just wanted to tell you that I think you guys are a bunch of cowards. Straight up. That's exactly what I think about you, because I watch you get punked. You know what I'm saying? If you can be punked via internet, I couldn't imagine what you're like in the flesh. You know? A lot of these guys are prisoners and slaves on their own damn channel. Damn prisoner on their own channel, you know, because they're afraid to talk about certain fighters because it won't grow their channel. They'll receive backlash. They'll get thumbs down, you know, they'll receive racism. You know what I'm saying? They'll get called this, they'll get called that, you know, and they fear growing a channel more than self-pride, whether it's pride in yourself, pride in your people, pride in your race, you know, pride in anything. To them, building a channel is more important than all that. And that's my problem with them. But in case you didn't know, let me be the first to say it, because ain't nobody else gonna tell you this, is that they don't like it when you are a black content creator and you show equal, when you give equal flame towards every fighter. They believe you're only supposed to criticize black fighters, and you're not supposed to talk about Mexican. You're not supposed to talk about Ukrainian, Vasily Lomachenko. You're not supposed to talk about Triple G. You're not supposed to talk about anybody else, Kovalov or anybody else. That's the underlying theme on YouTube that nobody wants to admit that is going on. So in all actuality, you have a group of people going around here trying to police black content creators. That's the truth. Everybody wants to go around and police black content creators. Once again, I'm speaking from an American point of view. I know a lot of people from the UK come to my channel. You guys get confused. In that case, I ask you just sit back and listen. So you're more of an observer now. You know what I'm saying? I'll be dealing with American issues. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can just sit back and listen, because this is all from an American experience. But that's what's going on over here. And that's what's happening on YouTube. And what happens is when you see some of these people lash out, these content creators lash out, that's because they became a prisoner on their own channel. Because they got so used to catering that the second they decide to spit something real, they can't in their fan base to jump on you. All black content creators know what I'm talking about. They might not admit it to you, but they know what I'm talking about. I talk to them. They leave me messages. I know what happens to them. I know what happens to them when they talk about Manny Pacquiao. I know what happens to them once they talk about Vasily Lomachenko. And it doesn't even have to be in a negative light. It could just be critiquing something. They'll receive racism for it. That's a fact. But, you know, you're going to get a lot of people talk about, oh, no, you're not this, you're not that. You know what I'm saying? And then they try to spring the victim mentality on you because you can look at something and call it out. They'll call that victim mentality. Don't let them fool you. Those people are spinners. You know, that's why they have a problem with me, because they can't fool me. They can't shake me off the goal. They can't distract me. And that's really what the problem is. You can't make or break me at this point, you know, and they wish they could. But let me stop rambling, you know, so people can know what I'm talking about. I'm not just going to say nothing. I'm going to show you, just like I've done since day one. All right. So this is how I'm going to do it. Right. I want to ask you a question, depending on how long you've been with me. How did you come to know Bruce Vane? What is Bruce Vane known for? How did his channel get legs? For going at the LDBC, right? For going at the PBC, right? You know what I'm saying? For talking about Wilder, correct? Is it or is it not true? I have more videos criticizing these guys more than anybody on my channel. Is that or is that not true? It's true, right? Okay. Now, to prove that there's this thing going around where people only want to police black content creators and they only want you allowed to be able to criticize black fighters and nobody else. How I'm going to prove this is, think about this. I want you to take my name. I want you to put it in the YouTube search engine. Then I want you to carefully look at any and everybody who has made a video responded to one of my videos. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these guys need the promo. You know what I'm saying? So this is my promo for them. Go look up anybody who has ever made a video about me. Okay? Now, I'm going to pause that for 1 second, so don't lose me. Follow me. Okay? You want to know something strange? Out of all the videos that I got on Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, and Charlo, do you know a Charlo fan has never made a video about me? A Gervonta Tank Davis fan has never made a video about me. A Errol Spence fan has never made a video about me. Check this out. Deontay Wilder, Mr. Duck Chronicles, the dude I done talked about more than anybody else. Do you know it's only like one Deontay Wilder fan who has ever made a video about me? Isn't that insane? Out of all those videos, you know what I'm saying? Nobody from the PBC or PBC fanboy has made a video talking about they got a problem with Bruce. Now, let's go back to putting my name in that search engine. When you put my name in that search engine and you look up all the people who made a video about me, who has a problem with me, what is one thing that you're going to notice? Everybody who has made a video about me, they made a video about me because of a non-black fighter. Meaning anybody who has made a video about me, they're responding to a video I made about Vasily Lomachenko. They're responding to a video I made about Canelo Alvarez. They're responding to a video that I made about Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only people who have made videos so-called dissing me. Now think about this. If my claim to fame and how you know me is to diss the LDBC or to diss the PBC or to diss Deontay Wilder, how come they have no videos about me? But all the people who do have a problem with me is about non-black fighters. Now check this out, because this is where it's really going to stand out. Now, once you observe that everybody who has ever made a video about me is always about non-black fighters, pay close attention to the content creators. And what's one thing you're going to notice about all these content creators that they have in common? What are you going to notice? None of them are black. None of them. Anybody who has ever made a video complaining about one of my videos, number one, okay, it is always about white fighters. And number two, the content creator is never black. They're always white. Now, given that this channel is built off of what you would call dissing or talking about the LDBC or Deontay Wilder or the PBC or Al Haymon, being that the channel is built off that, you would think I would have more people making videos about me that belong to the LDBC, the PBC, the Javante Tank Davis, the Charlo fanboys more than anybody else. You would think. But they have no videos on me. The only people who has a problem with my videos are the people who have a problem with me talking about fighters that are not from the PBC, fighters that are not black. Now, you put that shit together. It's not hard to see. And that's what majority of people and you black content creators on YouTube, this is what y'all want to ignore. This is also what you go through. And this is also what you created. You created it by allowing it to let them do this to you. You created it by letting them punk you on your own channel. You created it once you say, oh, no, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that because I don't want the backlash. You know what I'm saying? That's you created. That's why I say most of y'all is cowards, and I sincerely mean it. Because it shouldn't take, I'm late in the game. It shouldn't take me to come along and say this. Now, people are not going to listen because it comes from an LDBC. But this is somebody who's outside the LDBC. As much as they try to associate me with the LDBC, it's only when I talk about a non-black fighter. Why don't you associate me with the LDBC when I'm talking about a black fighter? Notice the correlation never happens. But the accusation of LDBC membership is always in play once you talk about Loma or this person or that person. The truth of the matter is, black content creator, your content is policed. Some of you follow the guidelines. Some of you don't. Some of you say, it's safe if I just stay on this side. I'll criticize these fighters and nobody else. You don't have to worry about me. I will not go against the forbidden 4 or the forbidden 5. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to dick ride Manny Pacquiao. I'm going to ignore any negativity that's talked about Lomachenko or Triple G. I'm going to serve up Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to serve up these PBC fighters, and I'm going to serve up everybody else and turn the blind eye to everybody's ducking. Boom. That's my successful channel.